Yellow everyone, and welcome back to this week's video. So this week we're gonna work on this monster high doll, and we're gonna do Verosika Mayday from Helluva Boss. I've actually had this doll for the past, I think, year, and my plan was always to do Verosika. The only thing is I didn't like the one outfit that she was shown in. I love like the newest one that just came out from the last episode. So I think I'm gonna mix some cosplay to make it work for me. But I really do love this one. I'll probably have to change her skin a little bit. I'll have to sand it down. But these shoes, I have to keep it. I don't mind if Verosika doesn't wear it. It makes like so much Helluva Boss and Has Been Hotel. I need to use them. So without further ado, let's go to the video. So first thing we're gonna do is get rid of this hair so I can get this head out. By the size of this head, I can tell that the pin inside must be massive. So I want to take her apart as fast as possible before making any change and regretting it because I just like mess it all up. I don't show it, but it took me like 30 minutes of trying everything in the book to get this head out. Just look at how giant this head is. Like, I knew she was gonna be big, but oh my god, it's bigger than an egg. / look at this giant pin. While I have this big head in my hand, I'm gonna remove her factory paint with acetone, which I need to say is really magical. I think I've cut time by half on every doll since I stopped using nail polish remover. I'm really happy and do recommend it if you're starting with doll customization and don't know what to invest in. For her hair, I'm gonna do the hot glue technique, and for that I need to remove as much as I can of the little baby hair left that I was not able to cut. I was thinking of how to do this, and I'm not good with hairstyling yet, but I know for sure I don't want to pass 5 hours replucking her hair. Like, no way. Before continuing with her hair though, I want to create her horn while I still have a smooth surface to work on. I decided on air drying clay since it's not too heavy and I can do about whatever I want with clay, so I know it would look okay in the end. And to be able to put them back in place, I've put some sewing pins in it to be able to put them in the head more securely than just glue. About halfway through, I also decided to put the horns in place to be able to mold the hair a little bit better. And I just finished the rest off camera because it was really too hard for me to concentrate on being in frame and doing all of that. After that, I wanted to tackle her skin. I forgot before doing her hair that I wanted to do that because since I need to sand this, I also have to repaint the skin so it's a uniform color. As you can see here, I'm about 80% done with the sanding, and you can clearly see the difference in color. I did not sand her at 100% everywhere since I'm going to put some clothes on her. I also found, if I can say, the exact same color of her skin. The difference is really just in the shininess, which is fine with me since I always do a clear matte coat of the face when I'm done. Instead, I'll just do a shiny one, so it would match better. Now, I have two choices, doing her hair or her face. And like always, I always start with the hardest part for me, so let's go with the hair. I found this hair gel which said, "This gel holds is no joke and holds like glue, but also can be used on dry hair or wet hair." And as you can see here, it's my first time working with gel, so I had a little bit of fun with it before starting. It so felt like I was trying to apply Jello onto something, and I did not know what to do with my life at this point. I just slapped it on and hoped for the best. I think I've just realized that this video is just me struggling for my life to make something that's not on the market, but which I don't have any competence to do either. So I'll just do a little time lapse here for people who wants to look at me struggle my life to doing this hairstyle. It's not the best that I've ever done, but it's also not the worst. And can I just say that this gel is not like glue at all? By the time I finished with her hair, I think a month had passed, and in between everything drying, I worked a little bit on her main clothes. I didn't have a pattern for this doll size nor for Verosika's outfit, so I had to create one with some plastic film and sketch tape and just trace the pattern onto the fabric. It did end up with some problem, like my shirt, the sleeve is on the wrong side, and I had to do the pants like 6 times. And I'm not redoing anything, it's good enough at this point. Seriously, I'm just so anxious doing this project on every step, like I need to let it go at some point, and that's my point. Now, on to something I know I'm good at. Let's start her face. I took a picture of her on my iPad and drew how I wanted her face to look like, which really helped with the placement of stuff. I'm sure I would have made her cross-eyed if not for that. On a smaller doll, mistakes like that can be played with, but on her size, it's way more difficult, and this point is like the make or break the doll, you know? That's what I'm good at, you know, it's painting. Like, I need to not mess this part. Like, of all the steps you did, Ruby, like, that needs to be perfect. Like, that's just one part that needs to be perfect. For the lashes, I wanted the same feeling as the 2D version of her, with the chunky one-line wing. And the only way I thought to do it was to print my drawing to her size. So I measured their eyes and did a little bit of math and cut what I drew. The only thing is I wanted the black to be a little bit more black, which I decided to paint, but I took so much time so the paint didn't bend the paper while drying. I pinned it down and did 100 sorcery ritual for this. When it was done, I cut them to size and glued them in place with liquid glue and did the finishing details off camera. Now we're kind of on the final touches, and the first one I want to do is her tattoo of Blitzo, which asks for a lot of research and precision. Can I also say I love the fact that she has that? Like, we always tell people not to put people's name on ourselves, you know? And she didn't tell the guy I love you and did that. She's crazy, I love it. Now that that is done, we can do the little details on her clothes. And before I forget, we need her necklace and belt, which is made of platter and end of plastic forks. I just had to paint them silver and place them one by one. While the belt and necklace was drying, I started with the wings and tail. The wings were just some foam pieces that I painted white as a primer to the pink spray. And for the tail, I found some malleable piping stuff that I was able to thread with some metal string so I can place it how I wanted it to be, and hot glue the end of a toothpick that I found to the end of the pipe. The only thing left is to add the black details on her wing, her tail, and her horn, and we're all good to go. Just give me a second to glue all of this together. As for the shoes, I just painted them black and white. Now let's go to the final shot.